Hey guys, welcome to the Take 3 podcast. I'm Evan DeGraff, and I do not have my sleeves cut off. Let's throw it straight over. Chris, how are you doing today?
Wow, way to spoil a reaction that hasn't even dropped yet, Evan.
Dumbass.
They wouldn't know about it until the reaction happened. It's an Easter egg.
Dumbass.
Now you spoiled it.
No, you.
So how are you doing, Chris?
I'm doing good. Okay, sort of good. It's been a long week at work. Constantly running around like a chicken with my, I don't know. It's been a long week, but I'm just here to kick back, relax, talk some movies, and talk about a franchise that has been going strong for 20 years. So,
oh heck yeah, awesome. Let's throw it over. Matthew Kearns, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm looking forward to talking about the top 10 most anticipated of the year. And I also really quickly, just as a New Yorker, to the victims of the shooting today, I hope you guys are doing well. My prayers are with you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, prayers to all you guys, and hope you guys are doing all right. Hopefully, this can put your smile on your face if you are watching this. Highly doubt it, but hopefully it can put a smile on your face.
Okay.
Jacob London, how are you doing? The Aussie. What's up?
He's good. He is reeling from a certain somebody's victory in the Schmodown today. No spoilers yet. No, look, honestly, also thinking about, yes, apparently we want glassless 3D in Avatar 2, which just makes no sense. But anyway,
Okay.
Other than
that makes no sense to you. We have a guest on today. She's
Not that
always
big of
on.
a
She
guest,
always
though.
finds
Yeah,
her
I
way.
don't
She
think we
always
can call
finds
her.
her way.
Yeah.
She always finds her way on the show. What's your name again? I'm sorry.
I
What's
don't
your
know.
name?
You guys didn't even invite me. I just showed up.
Yeah.
That's not a lie, people. Like 2 seconds before we went live, he was just
guys,
like,
we're
I'm
actually being
here.
held hostage.
I
We're
heard
actually
Harry
being
Potter
held
is being
hostage.
You can
discussed.
blame Evan. He gave me the link, so it's all his fault. Anything that happens that's wrong, it's all Evan's fault. So
Yeah.
normal.
We knew that even without you saying it.
And then starting us off with arguably the most controversial week of news, we have Kees. How are you doing?
Oh, hi. I'm here as well. Yeah. By the way, Chris, I remember me saying that when we brought Kristen onto back when it was called the Fan Schmodown, and I was scared. This is why. You see why? I was scared, and this is not just kidding.
Kristen, Kees is scared of females. So
Well, it's like slowly introducing him to new genders, and then he'll get used to them eventually.
Okay, with that, what? Kees, give us a new
Wow.
story, please.
New story. Well, what do you want to talk about? There were so many
Ranty
issues.
Jacob gets to come out. Yay!
Yeah. Look, we didn't have a live show last week, and the same news continued on to this week. So, like, the biggest news in the past 2 weeks, I mean, do I need to address it? Han Solo? Directors change, acting coaches, editor fired, bullshit. This movie's going to get pushed to 2019, perhaps. I don't know. But, Chris, Doman, your thoughts?
Okay, so I'll quickly go over each bit. Changing the directors. I'm glad I went with Ron Howard because you need someone who is a veteran who knows the studio system, knows how to play ball, and also can be a calming presence. Because say what you will about some of his more recent work, but the dude,
Rush?
yeah, okay, yes, but stuff like In the Heart of the Sea, which was,
That's all right.
but to be
Could've
fair,
been
he's
worse.
directed some great films. So this is the guy that you definitely want to get involved with this. With the editor being fired, it sucks for him. But to be fair, they're bringing in the guy who edited The Martian and Alien Covenant, which, look, I wasn't a fan of the movie, but I will say the filmmaking, especially the editing, was solid.
Everything about Alien Covenant was good except the script, which dragged it down a lot.
Yeah.
But like on the technical aspect, yeah, it was great.
Yeah, so, I mean, and with the acting coach, okay, as has been said time and time again, when an actor has a performance that has been doing a performance a certain way, and then all of a sudden they're told to change it mid-production, yeah, it just makes sense to bring in an acting coach, and this is a good play by Lucasfilm. So, yeah. And one more thing, I still have a lot of hope for this movie. I'm still excited. I still want to see it, but this is going to be interesting, to say the least.
To say the least, yeah. Matt, you're also a huge Star Wars fan. Your thoughts on this one?
You know, Ron Howard being brought in, I actually think is a really great idea because he's a good director. I mean, he's made one of my favorite films of all time, Apollo 13, and he's ingrained in the Lucasfilm family. He's known George Lucas since American Graffiti. He made Willow for Lucas back in the 80s, so he knows how Lucasfilm kind of runs. I think he's a good choice. The acting coach, I mean, I took it as Lord and Miller were maybe doing the movie, the tone a little bit funnier, and maybe they're trying to go for a more serious tone. And so, I mean, you've been shooting a movie in a certain, kind of like Chris said, in a funnier tone. It's probably just best to sort of quickly bring him to like, this is how you're going to serious. The editor, I mean, editors get fired all the time. This happened on the original Star Wars. They brought in new editors, and those editors won an Oscar for best editing. So,
Paul Hirsch and Richard Chew, yeah.
And Lucas's ex-wife.
Marsha, yep.
We don't speak her name. She left the richest guy in the world? Come on, lady. What are you doing?
All right.
Her loss.
Awesome.
All right. I actually am interested because I haven't really heard Kristen talk about Star Wars and this topic. So, Kristen, your thoughts?
Like Star Wars in general? Or...
Yeah, a little bit. On camera, I mean.
Star Wars headphones, so my
Do you know
Oh.
there's these movies, they start back in the 70s.
All right,
called
okay,
Star
Kristen.
Wars.
Okay, sorry. My
Star
thoughts Star Trek. My thoughts are I mean, it's all cool to jump on the everything's going to shit and let's all run around like crazy and panic bandwagon. But these people know what they're doing. Like, this is their business to know what they're doing. And Kathleen Kennedy runs a very tight ship, and she's done well so far. And if we trust in her to do her job, then I have faith that this will all turn out for the best, especially with, Ron Howard at the front. And say what you will about his movies. Like we've said, he's an established director and he knows what he's doing. And so I think this is a good change. And I didn't really like Lord and Miller too much anyway. So I think it's a generational thing. Lego movie's fun. That's all.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So.
All right. Evan, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, for me, I just think it's a very simple studio director thing. Kathleen, a lot of people were like, "Oh, Kathleen Kennedy's gonna get fired after this," and then I pointed straight to the box office results.
No,
and that's why I'm like, look at the box office results. She's not gonna get fired. There's no reason for her to get fired. I think they wanted to give Lord and Miller a chance, and I think Disney more so wanted to build a relationship with these directors because they're so freaking good at what they do. But because Star Wars is always on this, timeline with the whole canon thing, they have to be able to make sure they can get their story down and have their actors be part of that story. So it all makes sense to me. I don't really know. I'm not very familiar with Ron Howard's work per se, but he sounds like a good option. A lot of people enjoy his movies from what I know. Acting coach, it makes sense. Acting coaches come into movies here and there. That's not a big deal. And firing the editor, they only fired the editor because of the director change. I think they needed an editor who was, I think, seasoned in what he was doing. And then I think what they did, the editor that got fired, they're bringing him up in the farm system. And I think he'll get another shot in a Star Wars movie soon. Those are my thoughts.
All right, Jacob, your thoughts?
File this story down as a what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is going on right now? Okay.
That's a good question.
Okay, so you've hired Lord and Miller. Why were you not on the same page at day one? Okay, you weren't. Cool, you moved on. That's okay. Now, okay, a lot of people have jumped up and down going, oh my God, this is Lucasfilm's fault. They should have known from day one, blah, blah, blah. I can understand where they were in the, okay, we don't want the press nightmare that Rogue One had. And then, so they would have been like, all right, let's try and convince these two into, let's quote unquote, to use the Fox term, bully these two. Now, obviously, I'm not saying that Lucasfilm were bullying the two, Lord and Miller, but there would have been a, look, we're taking control of this movie back. Now, wherein what I think this is doing now, okay, Ron Howard is not directing this movie.
Kathleen Kennedy and Lawrence Kasdan are.
It's Lawrence Kasdan. Lawrence Kasdan is directing this movie. Just with the DCA, he's not allowed to. So, sorry, DGA, he's not allowed to.
What's that?
Wait, what do you mean?
Directors Guild of America.
The Directors Guild of America have said, okay, Lawrence Kasdan cannot direct Han Solo because of the Eastwood rule. Because you're not allowed to fire a director and bring someone who's already been on the project on. You're not allowed.
What?
Yeah,
That's a real rule.
That's weird.
That's a real rule. You're not allowed to do it. So Ron Howard, friend of the family, guy who can go, hey, do you mind us paying you $5 million? You signing on the dotted line so this guy can direct and you say you did it? That is what would have happened. I can guarantee you that would have been the conversation. Now, Ron Howard will most likely be on the set every day. He will most likely work with Lawrence Kasdan every day. Go, hey, here are my inputs, but Lawrence Kasdan is directing this movie. Make no mistake about that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Alden Ehrenreich, he is very much, look, unfortunately for him, it's sad that he is going to have this hung over his head all of his career now. Especially if this movie is bad. Like, if this movie doesn't perform, it's bad. I don't think it's going to do... I don't think they're going to push the date. I think it's going to open on May because there is no other place that you can open this movie without completely wrecking Disney's schedule. Mm-hmm. Because if they moved it to December, they have Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins cannot open any other date other than Christmas. It will not make money anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Why not March?
Sorry?
Why not March?
March.
Really Beast did super well there.
Yeah, but March 2019. What have we got?
Well, okay. Well, first off, I would maybe try the. So yes, but now we know that mid-December is Mary Poppins.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to, why not just put it in the first week or the last week of November?
I think maybe it might be because, I mean, it's Star Wars. Maybe they're afraid if they put in December up against Mary Poppins, it's going to overshadow Mary Poppins too.
It is.
Which it will.
You already know it is.
You know,
yeah.
So that could be the thing is they don't want it to overshadow Mary Poppins too.
Yeah, but my thing is that by the time they would do that, it would already be 3-4 weeks after Han Solo's come out.
And
so, theoretically.
Chris, okay, but the problem you've also got in November, the last week of November, Wreck-It Ralph 2 opens.
Oh, shit, yeah, right.
So,
that movie's coming out.
Disney has a packed schedule. It can't move from the May date. It's going to be pushed out. It's going to be competently made. I can guarantee it will be competently made, but they'll move on. All right. Next topic, Kees.
Yeah, next topic is, well, something that I wanted to bring up because I've recently seen Baby Driver. Chris has as well. Evan has as well. I don't know about the other three panelists right now, but I saw this story and I thought, oh my God, that's actually a really good choice. Ansel Elgort to portray John F. Kennedy in a movie coming up. I was like, wait a second. Ansel Elgort, and then I put the pictures together. It's like you can make Ansel look like John F. Kennedy, I think, as a really young John F. Kennedy, because it will take place when Kennedy was really young. And having seen him in Baby Driver, I'm like, yes, right now. That's awesome. So, Chris, I also know that you love Baby Driver. Your thoughts?
Okay, so we're gonna take the actor, the main actor from my favorite film of the year so far, and we're gonna put him in a biopic covering a very interesting time in one of the best presidents America's ever known.
Yay.
Yes,
Let's not get political.
yes. It's a World War II story, so already I'm hooked because it's World War II and I love World War II. It's a survival story, and again, that's right up my alley. So of course I'm hooked. And you got Ansel Elgort. Hello. Is there a place this goes wrong? Yeah, no, of course. I love it. I love it.
I hear some negativity, Jacob.
Okay, I will get excited for this movie once I hear a director. That is like, okay, you have a great actor with a great story. I've seen that before. Then they got a shitty director and it turned out shit. Like, and that's what I'm terrified of, is that I will get excited for this project once I hear the director. Now, they've probably already announced the director and it's probably Martin Scorsese. All right? Like, I don't know. Like, but if we can actually get a director, then all right, I'll be excited. Otherwise, at the moment, if you hire someone who's done nothing and I've never heard of, and I'm not really that looking forward to it. I mean, but director, yeah, we'll see how that goes.
All right, Evan, you've also seen Baby Driver, I know. So, what are your thoughts?
Ansel Elgort was really good in Baby Driver. He's also good in it in another small film called The Fault in Our Stars.
Stores?
Fault in Our Stores? What is the fault in our stores, man? What is it?
I'm still Miranda.
Doors?
All right, okay.
Well, the matter of fact is he can act, and I would like to see him spread his acting range. It's called acting, and I want to see him spread his acting range. Becoming a character like JFK would be absolutely amazing. Our best president in U.S. history. Well, I got political there, and it's really, I'm interested. But like Jacob said, if there's not a good director, then we're screwed. But Jacob also brought up the point: if there's a director that we've never heard of who does this film, then we might be in trouble. The last time I actually seen something like that, I got whiplash. Not saying it's gonna be Damien Chazelle level, but I'm saying the last time we got a director who we've never heard of and done something well, I remember whiplash. And if we can get another Damien Chazelle type character to make this film, I'm intrigued.
Director, you mean?
Director. Yeah, not character. I call director as in his persona. Okay, moving on.
I wonder, Kristen, Matt, has any of you seen Baby Driver?
I have not. No.
Both haven't. Okay. Matt, give your thoughts.
So I've not seen Baby Driver, so I can't speak on this actor, but Kennedy is always, as a history buff, he's always been one of my favorite presidents. I'm interested that it's dealing with a younger Kennedy when he was in the Navy in World War II instead of President Kennedy, because of course, given the, his death, that's a lot. But I did laugh when Chris said it's a survival story because I think Kennedy makes it out. I'm just gonna take a guess. I think he makes it. I think he makes it until 61.
Okay, but the argument there is the Hacksaw Ridge though. The argument there is the Hacksaw Ridge story. Did the guy get out or not? We already knew, but you still felt that intensity.
Spoilers! I haven't seen Hacksaw Ridge. Thanks, Evan.
It's been out for a long time.
It's been out for a year. That's not a long time.
Yeah, and it's about a historical event that happened 70 years ago. So
70.
Yeah.
World War II, which wasn't 70 years ago, but
exactly. Anywho, Kristen, your thoughts?
I mean, I'm not excited yet. I usually don't get excited about something unless there's a trailer or an image or more news than just we're thinking about doing this with this guy. It's cool, really awesome, but there's been plenty of news stories before where everything sounds really neat and then it falls through. So I'm waiting. I'm holding my expectations for later.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense. I've got, let's see. Oh, Jacob wanted to talk about the box office last weekend. So Jacob, you want to take the lead on that?
All right. So last weekend, if you saw my review, you would have thought there was this little movie called Transformers that opened. I kind of thought it was okay. I didn't think it was that bad. Like, you know what I mean, guys?
Hey,
Like, it was,
Hey,
but
I
guess
mean,
what?
I mean, how did that review start?
I'm fairly certain the
you,
word.
Michael
Yeah,
Bay.
I'm not sure
Fuck
how
you,
it really
fuck
went,
you.
but yeah, Chris
Oh
Clark
my
did a really great meme. Yes, I did see that, even though I was away. I saw it. But last weekend in box office, Transformers tanked.
Good.
Like it hasn't. It's still going to make back its money. It is still made.
Already made back its money.
It's made 284. It hasn't yet because it's only made 284 million worldwide. But that's not the biggest story out of this. We are now, what, a month after Wonder Woman has opened, and it is now the highest grossing domestic DCEU movie.
Yes.
Like, can we just please, like, just believe this for a second? The Wonder Woman, it made more money than Batman versus Superman.
Yes.
10 years ago, if I told you that, you would have laughed at my face. Like, you would have just gone, "Nah, you're crazy. Get the hell out of here." A year ago, you would have told me I was crazy. Anyway, sorry.
I still think you're
just wanted to
crazy,
talk
but
about
not for
that.
this.
But you gotta think, it's a good film, and that's when I heard that news,
Yeah.
I was so excited about that because it is a good DCEU film. Like, in my opinion, okay, I know there are people who like the other DCEU franchise, but as an overall reception, everybody loved Wonder Woman, and that's a big deal, and that's why it's making the money it does and deserves.
Can I be honest? As probably the biggest DCU fan here, it didn't surprise me.
Wait, are
since
you the biggest
I don't-
DCU fan? I didn't know. Sorry. You've said that like every single show that we talk about it.
All right. Can I get back to the point? Thank you. It didn't shock me because this was the film that has been getting the critical. It's been the best with both critics and audiences. So it actually, when I found out today, I was kind of like, I was like, I kind of thought that was going to happen because Batman v Superman tanked with critics and a lot of audiences. So, yeah. Still, it's a great movie. If you're one of the like 5 people who haven't seen Wonder Woman yet, please go and see it. It's still in theaters.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
very good.
I kind of like BVS, but it's very deservedly so that Wonder Woman outgrossed it because Wonder Woman is the vastly better movie. Anyone else who wants to take it? Who wants to talk about?
Chris's dog has a lot to say right now.
My dog has so much to say.
Your dog must be a huge BVS fan.
So no, they love BVS. It's their favorite movie. No, I mean the fact that it's the highest grossing DCEU fan is awesome. It's also the highest grossing movie from a female director. It's also the highest grossing. Well, it's not highest grossing. It has had the least decrease percentage-wise week over week of any comic book movie since like 2007 or something like that. Like it's a record-breaking movie for the box office, and that's awesome for females and female filmmakers because you don't. I mean, not that there's not a lot. There are plenty of them out there. It's more just it's hard to break into it, especially in like an action type situation where you don't necessarily think a female is going to make a good action movie.
Yeah, that's very true. We have one more thing to talk about, right, Kees?
Well, we've got a couple of trailers dropping. We had the Jumanji trailer dropping. We had the Greatest Showman trailer dropping, which is one of the better ones dropping. We had the Hello Kitty movie. No, not Hello
My
Kitty.
Little
My Little
Pony.
Pony.
Smells like vanilla.
Case was imagining a different movie.
It's so complete. It's such complete bullshit that I even forget what the hell dropped. But the issue I have with it is that whenever I go see an animated movie, I will see the trailer. I will be forced to see that trailer because the same thing happened with Despicable Me 3. I went to see that and I had to watch the Emoji Movie trailer, and I was like, "Fucking hell! Why is this movie even being made. Bullshit like that. But Jacob, you had some trailers you wanted to talk about.
So other than the Greatest Showman trailer, which I actually think is one of the best trailers I've seen all year, I love that trailer. The music. I'm really looking forward to this movie now, and I have a prediction that will be in my most anticipated section because, spoiler alert, that's in the list now. But
God damn it!
Just to get completely off topic, because I know Evan's going to love that. The trailer that I actually want to talk about the most had nothing to do with movies this year. It was the TV trailer, and that was for Rick and Morty Season 3 on July 30. We're actually getting Rick and Morty. Sorry, I'm so pumped. Season 3 is coming. Sorry, I know, Evan, don't kill me. Someone else take it.
5 seconds and you're dead.
Okay, anyway. I'll be honest. I thought most of these trailers were meh. I thought Jumanji, meh.
Yeah.
I didn't bother. I didn't bother with My Little Pony because obviously wrong age and
yeah.
I'm not exactly.
Not really, actually.
Well, yes, I know.
You're not a brony?
I'm not a brony. No, I am not a brony.
Oh, come on.
But
bronies for life.
But again, to sort of spoil my list, I do have Greatest Showman because that trailer, by God, it just even though I should not be a fan of it, I am. I want more, so I can't wait for this movie. But yeah, that's me. That's my thoughts.
Who wants to take it next?
I'll take it. So Greatest Showman, I thought that was a really great trailer. I didn't even know that movie was coming out. I like what the cast is looking like. I did not check out the My Little Pony movie trailer. I didn't even know that thing was happening. You know what trailer I did check out? For a movie and a book I've loved since I was a kid. It's called Jumanji.
Oh, God.
God, if I had my shades with me right now, I'd be wearing them. Screw you, The Rock! Jumanji is a board game, for crying out loud. You made it a video game? The one thing
Currents,
from the book.
he didn't make it, so.
Oh, God. He's the biggest person in it, so I blame you, The Rock. I apologize. I like you in most things.
Ouch.
You don't blame The Rock!
God! Seriously,
My
the minute you
look,
start playing a video game, I'm like, what is this? And then even the rest of it, I'm just like, they're taking an interesting story and that was made into the 95 film with Robin Williams, which is a great movie, and it's just going to be silly summer blah. And we saw, and you guys, if you remember our top 5 for the summer, I thought Baywatch was going to be saved by The Rock. Apparently he can't save this stuff, so who knows how this is going to perform.
An actor can't save a film. I'm sorry. An actor can't save a film.
San
Did
Andreas.
you see San Andreas?
Yep.
The Rock saved that movie.
Yeah.
Any
You
other
put someone
actor,
else
that
in that
movie
movie?
sucks.
I mean, and to be fair, I mean, I'm actually looking at the live chat right now, and I'm looking at some of the people who actually are giving the trailer some love. Like that being Greg,
That's fair.
Chris Skaliski.
Okay.
It's interesting because this is a very divisive trailer, and I'm
say the
like
least.
I said, I'm just in the middle. I thought it was meh.
I'm of the opinion where I thought the trailer was. I like the direction they're going. I get it. Like Chris, I 100% agree with you. You have to update to attract today's audiences. Yes, I just didn't laugh. I just didn't think it was funny, and the jokes just didn't land with me. I knew that was the direction they were going because it's been rumored for months that that's how they were going to do it. I just didn't laugh, and that's what I wanted to do. Is I wanted to be able to laugh at the jokes, and they fell flat. That's my only issue. Evan, what are your thoughts?
Here's my thing with Jumanji, right? I've seen the old one like probably one time, and I was like 6 years old, so I didn't really care. I know J.K. Simmons in it, so I have to rewatch it soon. But the trailer
That's
halfway
his favorite
worked.
actor.
My issue is it looks like a Nickelodeon TV movie. That was my issue with it. It looks like a Nickelodeon TV movie. Other than that, I had fun with the trailer. It just looks like a Nickelodeon TV movie. That's my issue with it.
Okay.
All right. Box office.
Yeah.
Box office. Jacob, take us away.
All right, guys. So this weekend we have Baby Driver, The Big Sick. It would really help if I actually did my job, wouldn't it?
Despicable
And I
Me
actually
3.
got the movie. Yeah, all right. So we have Baby Driver, The Despicable Me 3, and The House all opening wide this weekend. So I'm going to start and put him on the spot. Case, what are your top 5?
At number 5, Cars 3. At number 4, Wonder Woman. At number 3, Transformers: The Last Night. At number 2, Baby Driver. At number 1, Despicable Me 3, opening at 70 million.
Wow.
There you go.
Evan, what do you got?
All right, here we go. I'm pretty decent at this stuff. So here's what we go. Wait, J.K. Simmons isn't in Jumanji?
No,
No, he's not. That just
not.
confused the hell out of me. But
Yeah.
go.
Okay, well, number 5, Cars 3, 4, Wonder Woman, 3, Transformers, 2, Baby Driver, and number 1, Despicable Me 3 at 90 million.
You copycat.
Sorry, I had the list written down though, so 90 million Cars, Despicable Me 3.
All right. Kearns, let's embarrass you. How you going?
Oh, Jacob, you don't want it.
You.
Kearns, what's your list?
Okay, number 5, I have Transformers. I have retitled this Transformers. Finally, the audiences have learned. But number 4, Wonder Woman. Number 3, I have The House. Amy Poehler, Will Ferrell, 2 really funny people. Hasn't been getting great reviews, but I feel like this long weekend, people will go to see it. At number 2, I have Baby Driver. And at number 1, I have Despicable Me 3 making 91 million.
Ooh, price is
You
riding it.
soul piece of.
Alright.
Okay.
Kristen, were you able to make up a list, or did they not tell you to do that?
No, I made it. Okay.
Oh, good.
Ooh.
Well done. Evan actually was a good
Prepared.
for a second.
He didn't tell me to
Alright.
make it, but I made it anyway.
Kristen, no, no.
Oh.
All right, Kristen, what do we got?
All right. So, number 5, I have The House. Number 4, I have Transformers. I think it's going to have a really big drop. Wonder Woman's at 3, Baby Driver's at 2, and then Despicable Me 3, I have at 85.
Ooh,
No, Cars
all
3.
right.
Whoa.
Nice. All right. And Chris, we'll end with you, and then I'll give the correct list.
Oh, don't worry. According to my recent record, it's not gonna be even close. So
Do you want my record recently? I'm like 1 and
You guys are about the
5.
same.
we're about the same, Chris. Don't worry.
You
Number
both
5.
suck at this.
Number 5, I have Cars 3. Number 4, I have Transformers: Last Night. Number 3, I have Wonder Woman. Number 2, Baby Driver. Number 1, Despicable Me 3, with a whole whopping 78 million. I don't see it doing that well over the weekend.
Fair enough.
I have to have hope. I have to have hope that Transformers has a massive drop. So my number 5 is Wonder Woman. Number 4, The House. Number 3, Transformers 5. Please with a 70% drop, which means that Baby Driver can come in at $30 million and actually make some money. And then Despicable Me, I think you guys are all undercutting it, and I've got 105 million.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Minions made
actually the lowest on it.
115. Minions made 115.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Okay.
Good point.
Well, with that and Jacob overshooting his estimate, we are going to go to break until we will be back at 8:40, and we will be discussing our most anticipated movies for the rest of the summer. And we also have another guest coming straight for you guys. And we will see you guys in 5 minutes. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Take 3 podcast. It's here. All of a sudden, a vest popped up on me, and I'm looking, I guess, dandy, as you could say. And we are about to talk about our most anticipated films for the rest of the year. We have a great panel, and we have another guest. Wait, who's here? Is that Chris Clark? Are you there?
And he's muted.
He's
That happens.
We eventually one.
Oh,
Hey,
Chris
we got
Clark.
him.
Hey.
Hi, guys.
Norm.
Hi, guys.
Yep, we got you. We got you.
How you doing,
Yep.
Chris?
Cool. I'm doing great.
Clark. Good.
I'm doing great. I didn't see that my camera was on, but I'm doing great, y'all.
It's cool. I did that the first time I was on this show too, and I quoted Jeff Goldblum as well when no one was here.
Oh, it's
Are
funny
you too
because
like
That's
Jeff Goldblum?
cast theory.
All right. Well, let's jump right into it. There's a few quick news that we just want to break for you guys. Case, what do you have to say about the
Huh?
quick?
What?
All right, I'll do it.
Jacob,
All
we'll do
right,
it.
breaking news, guys. Top Gun 2 has been confirmed. It will open up July 12th, 2019, with Joseph Kosinski, the guy who directed Tron Legacy and Oblivion, directing the sequel. Tom Cruise is returning, but there is no other news at the moment.
Okay.
Just wanted to give you guys an update.
Yeah, that's an update. No thoughts except for Matthew being very excited over there, as he loves the first Top Gun very much. So here's how we're going to do this. All of us, everybody gave me a top 10 of their most anticipated films, and I came up with this a little bit of an algorithm to actually talk about them within a good meaning amount of time, because we can go on and on about these films. But here's how we're going to do it. I'm going to break these films up by chunk for how we all rank them and what we did with them, and then we'll talk about them by chunks. And we'll start off with what?
Oh, Evan, I got some bad news for you, bro.
What?
We're
I'm not
doing that.
getting your video on the live feed. So
Ooh.
turn your camera off and back on there, bro.
Can you hear me though?
Try switching it off and on
Check
again.
one. Can you see me now on the live feed?
Yeah, okay. No, I got your audio. I just don't got your video.
All right. Do you got my video now?
Nope.
Well, not
Log
yet.
in and out. We lost Evan.
All right.
Oh,
I'll go with the show. As I probably should.
Peace.
Oh, there he is. Okay, he's back.
Oh well, he's gone now.
Sadly.
No, he's here. Oh, he's gone. Oh, great. Okay.
Oh.
Well, you know
Yeah,
what?
it's gone.
Okay.
Oh wait, we're not going through our
Uh-oh.
lists individually. Oh, okay.
Apparently not.
Really not. No, we're gonna be lazy about it. We're just
Well,
gonna.
yeah. I thought we were doing this like every other top
Well,
10
look,
we've ever
look,
done on this show.
I mean,
And because everything is via over the internet, like I said, we're gonna break it down into chunks, and everybody, can mention where they have that on their list, how excited they are for that specific film, or you might not even gloss over it. So let's talk about the bottom tier of films that we have here that people are excited for. First, we have the sci-fi movie that is getting good reviews right now. Valerian, LBJ, the Lyndon Johnson movie coming out. The Papers, which I've never heard of. The Life and Death of John.
dude,
Scott.
dude, you have heard of this movie. Believe me, you have heard of this.
The Life and Death of John Gotti, which I haven't heard of either. And then The Hitman's Bodyguard. That is our bottom tier of movies. Does anybody want to say anything about any of them? Valerian.
Dude!
Can you
The Papers!
Can you
It's
quickly
Tom
repeat
Hanks,
it?
Meryl Streep, directed by Steven
Oh, it's
Spielberg.
that film.
But I know that.
Fucking idiot.
When did they get the title?
Yeah, that's the title of it. It's called The Papers. It's about, taking down President Reagan. Yada yada yada. Okay.
I forgot that was coming out.
But
the one
that you went way too fast. So can you please repeat what movie you're talking
Valerian, the Lyndon Johnson movie,
Okay.
The Papers, The Life and
Yeah.
Death of John Gotti, and The Hitman's Body.
Again, that was pretty quick, but now I got it. Jesus Christ.
Okay, let's run down them.
Hitman's Bodyguard.
Yeah, no. Got it.
Left, right, and center. This show's going to shit.
Actually, let's talk
it-
about that film.
it's-
Like, The
it's
Hitman's Bodyguard.
2:45 in the morning over here.
I'm giving you
I
shit.
apologize for being slow.
Hey, I know it's late. I'm giving you shit.
All right. Valerian. It's getting
Yes.
good reviews. They
Yes.
fucked up with the release date. Sorry, this was the dumbest mistake they ever made opening this on Dunkirk. the same weekend as Dunkirk. Just move it. Put it in October. I know it will look terrible now, but you do not want to open up against Dunkirk. Move it. If it's good, move it.
However, moving it to October could be bad because another sci-fi movie we'll be talking about, I'm sure, comes out in October.
Know, however, that looks shit.
I would say, and I'm actually looking forward to that, to Valerian more than Dunkirk. Sorry, Jacob.
At this point, yeah. Simply because
Dunkirk will make money.
Yeah, Dunkirk is going to make money, but Chris Nolan has not been making that much money. That great movies. I mean, recently, like Interstellar. Yeah.
Sorry.
Dark Knight Rises. Yeah. Like
Inception,
I don't know
Dark Knight, Prestige, Batman.
His last two films. His last two films were divisive. Really divisive.
Especially Interstellar, which I did not enjoy at all. Moving on from Valerian, I guess since y'all yelled at me about it, The Papers. Like, this film's gonna be freaking exciting. I didn't realize it was that movie that it was the Spielberg King Streep one. Now I'm really excited for this movie.
See, Evan, a good producer would have looked up those movies beforehand.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, Jacob's going to hell.
No, you're not.
Sorry, I actually thought Australians already lived in hell. Okay.
Freaking
Well, we just lost that entire market.
All right. Okay. You know what, Chris Clark, you haven't said much so far. Of the films we talked about, which ones are you looking forward to?
Chris.
Clark.
Oh, okay. You guys are cutting out. What did you say? What did you say?
No, you're cutting out that.
So of the films that we've been talking about, whether it's
cutting out
Valerian
that.
or The
What did you say?
Papers. So of the films we talk about, like the Valerian, The Papers, which ones are you looking forward to?
Well, he mentioned LBJ, correct?
Yeah, we did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's interesting to me because are you guys familiar with Lyndon B. Johnson?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Woody Harrelson is apparently playing him, so that I've always been interested in that one. Other than that, The Life and Death of John Gotti. You have John Travolta playing John Gotti in what I would probably be a crime drama. That interests me a lot. Other than that, is The Papers the thing with Spielberg that he wants to film in like a year and like edit and everything and have it put together by award season? I feel like that's going to be rushed and it might be a disaster.
He did Schindler's List and Jurassic Park in the same year.
No, okay. I can understand where Chris is coming from, but at the same time, I look at that and go, look, it's not a Star Wars movie. Like, it's a pretty small, probably going to cost them $40 million. Like, Deadpool was shot and filmed and edited in less than a year. So it's doable. Like, it's not. This isn't a giant giant action set piece.
He's kind of the director I would trust to do this in a year.
Yeah.
And the one film that I really want to hit on real quick is the Hitman's Bodyguard. We are finally getting our Fox Marvel crossover. Deadpool and Nick Fury are going to be in a movie together. That's gonna be exciting.
Just real quick, just show of hands, real quick. Was this on anyone's list other than Evan?
No.
Yep. Thought so. That's why we're talking about it, because it's on Evan's list.
Hey, no. To be fair, all the films that we were talking about were on everybody's list. Every single film that people gave me,
except for the Hitman's Bodyguard.
To be fair, apparently I'm the only one who had Valerian on their list.
No. I added it as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the Valerian original sci-fi is getting great reviews. I'm so looking forward to that movie. It's nuts.
All right.
The one that's not on, that I know no one is on no one's list that I'm really looking forward to is Lucky Logan.
That's on people's list. Spoiler alert, Jacob. Every time.
Whatever.
Okay, and also one more film that I forgot to mention was on a very specific person's list. Daddy's Home 2 is actually on somebody's most anticipated list.
Chris, give us your thoughts.
Oh, wait, is it me?
No, Dolan.
Matt, do you want to speak for yourself?
What?
I like Mel Gibson and John Lithgow, and I want to see them in this movie. That's why I'm looking forward to it.
Shame on you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have an
Shame.
opinion on films. I think
Shame.
the trailers have been crap.
Shame. Shame.
Oh.
Shame.
All right. Now, Currents,
Shame.
you are my friend, and I trust your judgment. And you want to know something? When it comes out, I will give it a fair chance.
No, you won't.
No. Just hold on. When it comes out, I will give it a fair chance. But if I do not like it, and there's a good chance that I won't, I'm going to do a review, and I'm going to rip it to shreds.
Okay.
And I'm going to personally send it to you.
Can I say, just because I'm looking forward to it doesn't mean I think it's going to be good. I'm looking forward because 2 actors I think might make it good.
Okay.
Okay, and
Also,
moving
Evan,
on.
I love how you got made fun of for having Hitman's bodyguards. You're like, might as well throw Kearns under the bus.
I had that one planned for a while. Okay, we're moving on to the next chunk of movies here. We have The Snowman, American Made, the Cloverfield movie, Detroit Man, Baby Driver. Baby Driver because a few people didn't see it. I included it because
We did. Oh, come on. We couldn't include Baby Driver and Homecoming.
I included it because some people haven't seen it, and I know they plan to see it.
It
Battle
comes
of the
out this
Sexes.
weekend. We couldn't include
Not for
it.
me.
Oh,
Atomic
can we
Blonde?
just chill out?
Oh, God.
Atomic Blonde and Logan Lucky. Oh, and The Showman.
Lucky
is in
Logan.
this.
Lucky
Is in
Logan.
this. I would
Lucky Logan, you dumb fuck.
Logan Lucky is the sequel to Logan.
That was intelligent.
Okay, Jacob, what are your thoughts
Yes.
on the films I just listed? God.
Well, on Logan Lucky, I'm
Logan.
really looking forward to this one because it's Soderbergh's retirement. Yeah, that lasted. I'm really looking forward to it. Look, the new trailer that dropped this week was hilarious. Daniel Craig looks incredible. I actually think this could be a really great sleeper hit that not a lot of people are looking forward to. That will be. I don't think it's going to be an awards contender. I don't think any of that. I just think it's going to be a fun, small film that at the end of the year is like that number 7 or 8 on everyone's list. So it's like, hey, I really, really love this movie and I wish more people went and saw it. It was really good. I don't think it's going to be a masterpiece or anything. But the one that I am dying to see that I think that after this week in the trailer was The Showman. Oh man, I'm saying this now. I'm going to cop a lot of shit for this, but I think that if Showman is like a good movie, like a well-made, enjoyable, critics love it, like it gets that 70, 80, maybe 90%, Hugh Jackman this year will win the Oscar.
Against Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yep.
Against Tom Hanks.
And he will win it for the, hey, this is for Showman, but it's actually for Logan. And that is why he'll win the Oscar this year.
Because
Tom
God
Hanks
forbid the Oscars would actually give an award to the movie that rightfully deserves it. But
well, we haven't
because
seen
you
The
gotta
Showman yet,
remember,
so we don't know how
Tom
good he
Hanks
is.
has 2. Daniel Day-Lewis has 3. Yeah, Hugh Jackman
give it
has
to the guy
been
for
nominated
Logan.
1. Anyway.
That and Daniel Day-Lewis is retiring though. This is his last film.
But he's got 3 of them. If Daniel Day-Lewis had never won an Oscar and he was retiring, he's getting it for this one. But he's got 3 of them already. So,
Chris, what are your thoughts on any of the films?
Clark.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I want to talk about The Snowman. The Snowman seems like it's going to be like. Did you guys read the description of The Snowman?
Nope.
No.
Okay, let me read it to you. Detective Harry Mole, played by Michael Fassbender, investigates the disappearance of a woman whose pink scarf is found around an ominous-looking snowman. That sounds like the most epic horror movie ever. So I'm looking forward to the Snowman. Yeah.
I can't get over his name. His name is Harry Hole.
Oh my god.
Sorry. Okay, sorry.
And
keep going, Clark.
It's all you, man. It's all you.
And the next is Cloverfield. I'm a huge fan of the first Cloverfield movie. I don't know if you guys are. So I'm really interested to know what Cloverfield 2017 is. That seems like it'll be
I don't think it'll get released even.
You don't think
God
so?
Particle. Wait, God Particle. That's the Cloverfield movie. It's called God Particle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's coming out.
Is that in the continuity of? Oh, okay.
Cool. It's coming out. I think it even got a trailer. I can't remember, but no, it's coming out. Its release date at the moment is October 27th. It's coming out.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a movie.
That's on. Yeah, I guess it's a giant monster movie. That sounds great. Those are the two that popped out to me.
All right. By the way, so far a lot of movies you've mentioned I have not got on my list. The one you did mention though is Atomic Blonde. I don't know who else has that on their lists.
No, it should. No, if it was just on your list, then talk about it. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Seriously, nobody else had it?
No.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Go for it.
Guys,
Go for it.
have you guys seen the trailers for this movie? It looks great.
Yeah. I saw it when I saw John Wick.
And
I haven't seen much about it.
I really like the trailer. I think Charlize Theron looks great in the role of the lead, and James McAvoy looks funny as usual. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this movie. So that's why it's on my list.
Awesome. Well, a film that I know that I am really anticipating, I'm pretty sure Chris is as well, and one of us, Detroit. Holy crap! This movie looks fantastic.
Yes.
I'm really interested to see what John Boyega can do in this role, and like see how much more he actually has as an actor other than just God, that my Stars Trivia knowledge. What are my gaps in Stars Trivia? This is what happens. But like no, I'm really interested to see like what more he can do and the whole story behind it and the whole concept of what's going on. And this is why I'm intrigued, is because there's a really good story and a lot of people who have something to prove in this film, and that's why I'm interested in this film. I'm expecting it to be really good. Chris, do you want to speak about Detroit real quick?
Yeah. So okay. It's a very for everything I've got in the trailer, it looks like it's going to be a very interesting piece about really a dark time in American history, which was, the riots that almost completely destroyed Detroit, which of course we've seen since, which was, the LA riots back in '93 with the whole Rodney King situation. But again, this was the precursor to that, and this was the height of the civil rights stuff. So, and it's directed by Catherine Bigelow, who's only directed a couple of bad films, in my opinion. So, she's a pretty trustworthy name for this kind of film. And of course, I get to see Finn in, a non-Star Wars film. Yay!
Awesome. Anybody else want to talk about Detroit?
The person from Detroit should talk about Detroit.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Talk about
yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm from Detroit. So I can tell you right now, we are still recovering from this. It's not like this is history and it's done. Like Detroit is still in some cases really messed up. And there's parts of it that are great. I love going to Detroit, to the downtown area. But there's some parts of the downtown area that are just terrible. And so, I mean, having this piece of like, not my history, but the history of where I live put to film is really interesting to me. I'm also a history major. I had some Detroit history classes taught by people who were there during the riots. And so I've heard so many stories about this. This is like part of my history, and I cannot wait to see this movie.
Okay.
I'll say it. It was a shit trailer.
What?
Like, it was a bad trailer. Like, a bad trailer. And it killed all hype I had for this movie. Like, I was looking forward to it.
Last time we saw Jacob London on the Take 3 podcast.
I didn't see the trailer. But trailer I did see.
I just did not like the trailer, and it killed all hype I had for this movie. Now, and also the fact that it's an August release. Sorry, for this movie, this should like August release for this movie. Yeah, that screams to me that the studio go, all right, this isn't an Oscar movie.
No, it's not,
and that's not good. So I've lost all hype for this movie. Sadly.
Okay.
American Made, I think I'm the only one who had that on the list, and I don't care because it's Tom Cruise, and it's a really interesting story, and I loved the trailer to American Made, so I cannot wait for this movie to come out. Did anyone else have American Made on their list, or was it really just me?
No, you just had it really high ranks.
All you.
Yes, there.
I'm fine. I'm fine with that.
Awesome. There's one that I think we're missing out on. Battle of the Sexes was on my list, but I'm quite excited for the film, knowing the cast and the whole kind of concept of it. Jacob is on your list. What do you think? And he's gone. Now let's talk about Baby Driver, because 3 of us have seen it, and there are others who are anticipating it who haven't seen it. This film's fantastic. And
honestly, I thought that we would have movies on our list that would be released after the weekend of Spider-Man: Homecoming, and that's why. Because otherwise, Baby Driver would be number 1.
Well, you can't anticipate it anymore. But my point being is, for those who haven't seen it, go see it as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chris, do you agree?
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
It's the best movie of the year.
And not Captain Underpants.
It's not Captain fucking Underpants.
You guys haven't seen Captain Underpants, so you can't make that statement.
Come on.
Sorry.
I gotta agree with Evan there, but.
All right, and moving on to our next section of films here. This is where the list really starts getting good. We have Spider-Man: Homecoming, Coco, Disaster Artist, Blade Runner, and Lego Ninjago. Who wants to start us off?
Who had Lego Ninjago?
Yeah, sorry. Evan, was that you?
Few of us have Lego Ninjago.
Everyone raise your hand if you had Lego Ninjago on your list.
2 of us had it.
did.
Who was the other person?
Who was the other one?
Oh,
Evan and
Chris Clark.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So,
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Disaster Artist, I think, is going to be a major Oscar contender this year. I'm really looking forward to it.
No.
I'm seeing Spider-Man next week. Looking forward to that. Obviously, it's. I've gotten to the point where I'm no longer anticipating it. I'm just okay. I'm seeing it. Like it's not. Oh my god! I can't wait for December. It's because it's not there anymore. So, and Coco. Look, the trailers for Coco didn't do it for me. Pixar have lost that. Pixar have lost that instant. You're a top 5 movie of the year that I'm always going to look forward to, because Disney went in and cleared the guts out of Pixar. They went, all right, we are taking Pixar and putting them into Disney animation. That's why Disney animation has been so fantastic this year, or lately, like since
last year.
No, even since 2010. Like
Tangled, yeah.
Yes, Tangled. Disney animation has been fantastic, whereas in Pixar has slowed down because
only Inside Out was like a fantastic Pixar movie. Other than that,
but lest we forget about Inside Out, though, those trailers were shit.
Awful. But so look, Coco. It's being directed by the guy who did Toy Story 3. I'm like, don't count Coco out, but it's when I look at every other movie coming out this year, it's not up there with some of those other movies. And like, I had to choose between what am I looking forward to more, Lucky Logan or Coco? It's Lucky Logan.
Okay. This is my most anticipated film of the year. I have to jump in really quick. This is a story about the Day of the Dead, and it's also
we know what it's about.
And it's a mix of the Cuban Mexican culture, and the last time we had that, it was that like Channing Tatum voice movie. I forgot what it was called.
Book of Life.
And it was fine. It wasn't like that fantastic.
A full year later in Australia.
Right. But my point being is, what people don't realize is Pixar arguably have the best farm system in all of cinema. They know how to bring up guys, so there's gonna be some new producers on it, learning new things. It's an original story, which makes me super excited about it. It's coming out in November, which I'm excited about all in its own. This movie and the trailers were really good and enticing for me to go see the film, because now I know what story we're following, whose story we're following, and what their drive is. And that's what's making me excited. It's Pixar, and I think this is going to be Pixar at their finest and at their best. That's why it's my most anticipated film of the year. Also want to touch on Spider-Man as the only person who I think has seen it on this panel. Go see it as fast as you can. Really good film.
Yeah, look, it's not possible for anyone to see this until next week.
Exactly. So my point being, go see it when you can. Disaster Artist, James Franco movie. I haven't seen much from it. That's probably my fault. I'm kind of excited about.
And that's fine.
Chris,
No trailers are out yet.
No trailers are out yet, but
The story.
This is why it's going to be great, because the fact that it is telling the story of easily one of the worst movies ever made.
That's interesting.
You're tearing me apart, Chris.
It's so interesting, especially if you read what's his name? Greg Sestero's book.
Yeah.
Because he's the guy who plays Mark, the disaster artist.
Hi, Mark.
It is some of the most fascinating pieces of Hollywood and how filmmaking is done you will ever read. And the fact that Franco is doing it, give him the best picture win now.
I'm looking.
I'm serious. I'm that pumped for it.
Yeah,
Nice.
so am I. That looks amazing. Spider-Man: Homecoming. Spider-Man's one of my favorite superheroes. I can't wait to see this. And then Blade Runner.
Yeah, finally, someone.
Huge
I want to see Blade Runner.
of this.
Nice.
You can't. I guess with 5 cuts you could call it a franchise, but just this movie, it's one of my favorite sci-fi movies. Harrison Ford performances movie in general. This is just awesome. I can't wait to see what the story is, what Deckard has been up to for all these years. I am just biting my fingers waiting till October to see this. And the Disaster Artist just looks like, as someone who has seen and sat through The Room, just to get, I have not read the book, but just I want to get the background on this, and the Franco brothers being in this, just it's going to be awesome.
Are they brothers, by the way?
Dave and James Franco.
Yeah,
Yep.
They are? Okay.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Anywho, I wanted to say about Blade Runner 2049. Finally, someone who brought it up. It's being directed by Denis Villeneuve. He is my favorite working director today because he's made fantastic movies with Prisoners, with Enemy, last year with Arrival. Like, he showed that he could do sci-fi. Now he's making a sequel to Blade Runner. It's going to be fucking amazing, I think. So I'm really
hoping.
I hope it's good, because I also love Blade Runner. I also love Denis Villeneuve. And it's got Ryan Reynolds. It's got Harrison Ford. It's got a great cast. It's got a great director.
Ryan Gosling.
Sorry. The other one. The other one. Okay.
The other Ryan girls.
God.
I'm not going to finish that sentence.
I mean, it's accurate, but
that's why, Jacob, you'll never be as funny as me.
Yeah. But yeah, it's got a great cast. It's got a great director. It looks good from the trailer so far. It's got like a good vision, and I hope it's good. I'm like crossing every one of my fingers that this is a good movie.
I was going to say, Jacob, you want to take us to haters corner again with Blade Runner?
No, okay, look.
Oh, gosh.
I'm not hating this movie. Okay, here's my thing. I'm hoping to God that Blade Runner 2 is a good movie. I am really hoping. There is no other movie right now this year that I am rooting for to be good. I just don't know. I don't think it will be. I think it's too little too late. I think you've got too much expectations on top of this movie of, oh, is Deckard a replicant? Is he not? Yada, yada. Like, oh my God. The original Blade Runner is a overrated movie, but it's just one of those things where
oh boy,
leave it and just, we didn't need this movie. But look, if it wasn't for the fact that that Villeneuve is directing this, and
by the way, why can't you guys say Villeneuve?
Because I'm an Aussie and we have the world's worst accent. So, but if he wasn't directing it, and if Roger Deakins wasn't the cinematographer, I would not be looking forward to this movie at all. But with those, I have a little bit of more confidence. I'm still nervous about it, but there is not a movie this year that I am rooting for more to surprise me than Blade Runner 2.
All
right. So sorry for sidetracking everyone like that. Chris Clark, we haven't heard from you in a while.
Any movies?
Oh yeah, I'm cutting in and out. Am I okay?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, you're good.
I keep getting cut. Okay, cool, awesome. Did you guys list any more songs?
Movies?
films?
Yes.
Or,
yes. Yeah. We
talked about War Planet of the Apes yet?
Not yet.
No,
We're getting
Not
there.
yet. It's coming up.
Murder on the Orient Express.
No.
Not yet.
My what you say?
We're not there
You know
yet,
what?
Chris.
Actually, you know what? That's a great transition.
Chris,
Evan,
Got it.
All right, the next
Everything is
films that
going
we got.
silent. Everything
on our
is
list.
going silent. Yeah.
All right, we have Justice League, Murder on the Orient
What'd you say,
Express.
Evan?
We have
All right.
the next films on the list. We have Justice League, Murder on the Orient Express, Dunkirk, War for the Planet of the Apes, and that's our next chunk that we need to talk about. Those are some heavy hitters. Justice League being a heavy hitter could possibly be the best DCEU film for all we know. It could possibly be the worst. We don't know. That film has a huge question mark for me. Murder on the Orient Express, great cast, great story. I'm into it. Dunkirk, and Apes. I needed to see the first other two Apes movies. Those are my thoughts. Dolman, what are your thoughts?
No, give it to Clark. He was halfway through talking.
Yeah.
He couldn't hear
Clark,
us.
what's your thoughts on Justice League? Murder on the Orient Express?
Okay. Well,
We have
we
lost
lost
him.
him. We
All
lost him.
right.
Like I said, Dolman, what are your thoughts?
So,
Guys.
apes on tanks.
Hello?
Oh, I think we got him back. No,
got him back.
I've lost his video.
Yeah, I've lost his video.
So have I.
Okay, fair enough. All
All
right.
right, jump into it.
Like I said, apes on tanks. Woody Harrelson and Caesar, this character that we have come to know over 2 films, has quickly become one of the most beloved characters in a film trilogy.
One of the best motion capture work ever.
I'll even argue
Yeah.
the best since Gollum.
And it's made by the same guy who did Gollum. So
Yeah, so okay. Again, apes, great. Now, Dunkirk. I am not looking forward to it.
Debbie Downer.
I'm sorry.
I
I'm
agree.
sorry. I'm sorry. I watched a 10-minute clip. I saw that in front of Wonder Woman, and I'm just like, I'm sorry. Nolan, you lost me. You've lost me. Justice League, I have a little hope for because Wonder Woman was fantastic, but I'm not that hopeful for it. And hold on. Let me just quick. Oh yeah, Murder on the Orient Express. I do have it at my number 10 on my list because the trailer is okay, but because of my familiarity with the Agatha Christie story, I actually am looking forward to this movie, but not by as much as I'd like to be.
Okay.
All right, Jacob, what are your thoughts?
No.
Case, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm also looking forward to Murder on the Orient Express. I haven't seen any of the previous iterations. War for the Planet of the Apes. Yes, and yes. Because I recently rewatched Rise and Dawn. Great movies, and War seems to be like the best of the trilogy. I hope it is. I really hope it is. Dunkirk, I'm looking forward to it. I think Chris Nolan has got it back. We'll see. I mean, the previous 2 haven't been that good, but I hope this one is great. And no, that was it. Move on.
Okay.
All right.
Jacob.
War for the Planet of the Apes is incredible. I am so looking forward to that movie. I haven't seen it yet. I'm really, really looking forward to it, though. Murder on the Orient Express. Oh, my God. I'm so pumped for that movie. It has one of the best casts for a film I've seen in years.
But is it better than Black Panther?
No, Black Panther has the best cast. Like, the most insane cast.
Okay, as you were.
Anyway, sorry. Okay. Justice League. Oh, man. look, Wonder Woman has me hyped, but again, this is still a Zack Snyder directed movie. I know, and with Joss Whedon coming on and helping. Like look, the next I will need to. I have just very indifferent to it at the moment, but you all haters, all of you, come on! It's Dunkirk. Like, it is the guy who did Dark Knight, Inception, Memento, The Prestige, The Following. Like,
that's the same argument though for Blade Runner and also and Denis Villeneuve though. That's the same argument.
I know. However, this is an original story. It is not a sequel to a movie that wasn't good. Like,
in your opinion,
you are
in the minority of not liking that movie.
I know, but anyway, well, not when it came out. Anyway, but look, it's just I'm so confused as to where all the hate for this movie is coming from. When it's Chris Nolan's good, but he's not that good, and I get it. Look, Inception is not one of the greatest movies ever made, but it is still a really great movie. And Dunkirk is going to be a really great movie. It might not be the greatest thing anyone's ever made. And people are probably going to say, oh my God, this is the greatest movie ever made. And it won't be. But it's still going to be a really, really well-made movie. Like, I am shocked to think that it won't be. Anyway.
Yeah, I did want to say Justice League, as much as Wonder Woman was great, and I kind of like the DCU overall, it didn't make the top 10 because I just don't really have that much faith in it. That's it.
Fair enough.
Who wants to take it?
Kristen, thoughts?
Okay, so Justice League I have like at the very bottom of my list for the same reason as Case actually. I'm not excited about it yet. I want to be excited about it, but I'm not yet.
Keyword yet.
Murder on the Orient Express. Kenneth Branagh, I love him as an actor and a director, and he's doing both. So I'm highly anticipating this film. I also, I will say, I have not seen any of the Apes movies, so
you're not alone. I haven't.
My bad. No, I need to. I know I need to. I've been told many times that I need to.
You know, Kristen, you can come join us next week when we're doing some special movies.
Watch along.
Shameless plug.
Well,
okay. You know what? No, this is as good a time as ever. This is as good a time as ever to actually announce this. Next week, we're going to do both. So instead of giving a poll next week, we're actually telling you what movies we're going to watch. And we're going to do our first double feature of Rise of the Planet of the Apes and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. We're going to start at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so 2.5 hours earlier than we normally do. We hope you guys will join us, and we hope you enjoy it. We're going to do both movies. We'll have them as 2 different videos, but we hope you enjoy it. We hope you'll join us for that one. So
yeah,
South Park is tomorrow.
Yay!
And then Rise and Dawn will be next week. But we'll be plugging that all week.
That Kristen can finish her thought before you cut her off there, Jacob.
It was a good segue. I mean,
sorry.
That's fine.
Sorry, I just meant stuff, but we may as well promote it now.
Yeah.
All right, Matt.
Hold on. Okay. And then Dunkirk is my number 3 anticipated movie of the year. I want this movie to be so good. I love Christopher Nolan. I'm one of the people who has not been disappointed by him at all in any of his movies. Love Interstellar. Love Dark Knight Rises. Everything else he's ever done. I know, whatever. You guys don't like it. Nightfall.
No, that's your opinion. That's fine.
Nightfall is my favorite run of the Batman comics, and so he lifted so many scenes, and they were just like exact. Anyway, so I'm really looking forward to this movie. I cannot wait for it. It's would have been higher on my list if there weren't some other movies also coming out this year.
All right, fair enough. Matt, thoughts?
For me, I have Justice League the highest. I have it at number 2 because this is my superhero team. I grew up. This is the reason why I'm into comic books is because of the animated Justice League series. So it's more. I can't wait to see these characters on the big screen together. Murder on the Orient Express. You gave me the synopsis of that movie and that cast. I didn't even need a trailer, yet. I loved the trailer. Can't wait for this movie. Dunkirk, I'm more. I can't wait to see these characters on the big screen together. Murder on the Orient Express. You gave me the synopsis of that movie and that cast. I didn't even need a trailer, yet. I loved the trailer. Can't wait for this movie. Dunkirk, I'm more I have it at number 9 because I'm starting to get really inundated with World War II movies. Seems like every other war film is another World War II movie. So, but I'm interested in seeing this. Apes, I really love the trailers, but I'm going to try to see the first 2 before it comes out so I can see it in theaters.
Maybe you
All right.
can join us for the watch along, Kearns.
Maybe.
All right. Anybody have any more thoughts before we move on to the top 3 most anticipated films of the year?
Wow, we can't speak.
No, let's move on.
All right, let's go. Top 3 most anticipated films of the year. We have Kingsman, Ragnarok, and can we all say it at the same time? 3, 2, 1.
The
Last
Last
Jedi.
Oh, that
Yeah,
did not
Well,
go
that
as well.
went well.
Whatever. Who fucking cares?
But let's jump into it. Kingsman. Oh my god, that film. Oh, trailer's great.
Now,
Sorry, Kingsman 1 was my favorite movie of 2015.
I'm going to confess something. Wasn't on my list.
I mean, you guys should know it wasn't on my list, but that's because I haven't seen the first one.
Wow.
Heathens. Fucking
so upset.
heathens.
Terrible.
How? Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Can you just explain yourself,
Who, me
Okay.
or Chris?
Okay.
Chris?
Okay. I think Kingsman: The Secret Service is good.
Finn, come here, baby. Do you want up?
Not great.
Baby, do you want up? Want this? Oh my God.
Kristen, you're mine.
Put yourself
Up?
on
Do you
mute.
want up?
Sorry, that's my dog, and he's bothering me. My bad. Sorry.
It's all right. It's all good.
Back to your point, Chris.
Nope, that was it.
Oh, okay.
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 Oh my god.
All right.
you
Well,
heathen.
as someone who, in 2015, in the year that had Jurassic World, Mad Max Fury Road, Star Wars: The Force Awakens, my favorite movie of that year was Kingsman: The Secret Service. And I don't think there is a film that is better than it from that year. And the sequel with Matthew Vaughn actually coming back and doing the sequel. If Matthew Vaughn wasn't doing the sequel, I wouldn't give a shit about this movie. Like at all. Like it would be Kick-Ass 2 level of don't know, don't care, didn't happen. But the fact that he is coming back to direct it, all right, I have a bit more faith in it. So I'm looking forward to it. September can't get here quick enough. I want to see it. Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. We've talked to death about Star Wars. We'll move on from Star Wars. Thor Ragnarok looks incredible. So excited for Thor Ragnarok. That is arguably my most anticipated Marvel movie this year. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the 3 of them, but Kingsman is the one that, like, other than Star Wars, it goes Kingsman. So, yeah.
Yeah, Kingsman is my number 2 as well because the first Kingsman I've watched like 50 times already in the past 2 years that it's been out. I have it on Blu-ray even. That's because I won it at a event at my cinema though. Otherwise, I probably would have bought the Blu-ray anyway because the movie is so fucking fantastic. I love it. It's awesome. And the fact that we're having a sequel, it's fucking awesome. I can't wait for it. September. 2 months.
Matthew, any thoughts?
Kingsman, I haven't seen the first one, but Thor.
Get on it.
Thor Ragnarok is the first Thor movie I'm actually interested in seeing. I mean, at the end of the trailer, when Hulk comes out, just, yeah, we work together. Like, I'm excited to see this, like, gladiator in space, and it looks funny, actually. And then Last Jedi, I mean, no explanations. I mean, yeah, I'm looking forward to Last Jedi.
Nah.
Anybody else
I'm
wanna
not
give
looking
any other
forward to Last Jedi.
Anybody want to give any other thoughts before we head off to break?
Other than embarrassing mic issues, yeah, Kingsman 2, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's not as high on my list as some other people, but that's okay. Ragnarok looks amazing. I cannot wait for Planet Hulk. disguised as a Thor movie. And Last Jedi is Last Jedi. It's the number one. Come on.
Yeah. For me, I saw I was there when the Last Jedi trailer dropped. That just bumps up my excitement every time whenever I think about that moment over and over again. No, it's in a shoot. It's just like reliving that experience for me is the reason why I keep going about it. And then Ragnarok, how can you not be excited for this film after seeing Spider-Man, after seeing the work that Marvel can do? Makes me even more excited for Ragnarok. And then Kingsman, oh my God, this film's gonna be so good. I am so flippin' excited for it. And every time I think about the movie and I see that trailer again, I get more excited for the film because it has so much potential with it. And that's about it. Any last thoughts before we head off to break for 5 minutes?
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
We're the money. We are going to break, and we will be back at 9:30, where we are going to be talking about everything Harry Potter, and we will see you then.
I'm back.
Hello, everybody.
We're
Welcome
back.
back to the Take 3 podcast. I'm on my final layer of clothing for the night, and we are going to be talking about, because it is the 20th anniversary of the first ever Harry Potter book being published, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. We are deciding to talk about Harry Potter for the next half hour or so, 25 minutes-ish, and I'm super excited. I got a panel of a bunch of Potterheads, just as I am such. One of the biggest being Kees. How do you feel about this 20th anniversary of the book being published? Like, what's just your, like,
All right, so
excitement?
first of all, I had to change of clothes because I put on my Slytherin shirt because I'm in Slytherin according to Pottermore, and I have my Harry Potter Hogwarts pants on because I've been a fan of this franchise for almost 20 years. My mother introduced me to the books. She read all the books at one point and then decided to read them to us every night before we went to bed, to me and my sister. So it's a lot of nostalgia going into this franchise. We started off with the books. I read them a couple of times, and then at one point the movies, of course, came out. I watched all the movies a bunch of times. I was in the Harry Potter Schmodown, which I lost, and fuck that. Anywho, I have the poster, of course, behind me. Yeah, Harry Potter has been a big part of my life, so that's it.
Jacob, you have a slightly near British accent. I'm just kidding. What's but what's your whole feeling and tone to this? 20
I
years
love
of
them.
Harry Potter. Like,
I love Harry Potter. I love it. I remember, I remember getting the books in 2000, and I got all 4 of the books that were out there. I remember reading the first one, and while we were halfway through reading it, the movie got announced. Or I'm fairly certain the movie had already been announced, but there was an actual article in the newspaper, and I knew about it. And I've fell in love with all of them since. I love all the movies. I love the books. I've read all the books. I've lost count how many times. I try and read them at least once a year. I try and watch the movies at least once a year. Look, it's a great franchise. It's endearing. The fact that it's lasted 20 years and is still relevant today. I'm just really annoyed that I haven't been able to see the stage show yet. That's my thing.
Chris, excitement level,
Yeah.
Tone.
Okay. Well, no, actually, it's kind of funny because I feel like I'm a rarity amongst Harry Potter fans in that I've never read a single one of the books all the way through. I've read parts of 1, I've read parts of 5, and I've read parts of 7.
Okay.
Now, and I have. Apparently I am like super wrong in terms of my taste with these movies because I don't.
That's not true.
Now, okay, because my favorite one is Order of the Phoenix.
What's up?
That's my favorite.
Boy.
Thank you.
That's my favorite. Yes. Or Phoenix.
Because here's the thing. Order of the Phoenix is the first time that you actually see Harry as a character.
He's been a character since day one, though.
No, he has not.
No.
He has not. He has been.
It's the first time he's
empty
an adult.
shell that you put yourself into, because that was the purpose of the character. But this was the first time that you actually saw him be a character. The first time that David Yates took the camera was when it finally got really good. Except for Half-Blood Prince. I do not like that movie, but I know.
Wow.
I know, but I'm not a big fan of Goblet of Fire either, though.
That
Okay.
I do get.
That's
That
fine.
I get.
And
Jesus Christ,
same thing with
Chris.
Deathly Hallows Part 1. Sorry. But look,
See,
and again, like I said,
love
I'm kind of a hashtag controversial when it comes to Harry Potter because I love this franchise, though. I love this world. I love these characters. I love the environment. And John Williams' music. It's so good. Yes. But yeah, no. So I've been watching these films since day one. My dad and I, we went and saw every single one of them in the theaters together. Like that, whether it was the prequels, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and Pirates. Those were the movies that we always saw together in the theaters, and it was a great bonding experience for him and I. So,
Kristen,
All right.
Potter.
So
Tell us about it.
Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter. I mean, I literally, everyone literally grew up with these movies, right? And books. But when the first book came to the United States, it was 1999. I was 8 or 9 years old, which is almost the same age as Harry. And so I related to him very, very strongly. And as each book came out, I was at that age. And when the final book came out was the year I graduated high school. And so I very literally grew up with the series. And so, I mean, it just has, I reread the books at least once a year, listen to them on tape in my car. I rewatch the movies.
Stop reading.
Well, I do both because I really enjoy both. But watch the movies at least once a year. I mean, I love this series. It's just, I don't know. It's something about the story it's one that you've heard before, but the way that it's told just is very endearing. And I don't know, it just always makes me feel so happy whenever I watch the majority of these movies.
Matthew, Harry Potter.
Yeah, well, the first thing was I always thought Harry Potter was a lot older than me, but turns out I'm older than Harry Potter by a week. So that was, or 2 weeks actually, to find out. So that was interesting. But Harry Potter, Sorcerer's Stone was one of the first, it might even be the first movie I ever saw in theaters. And
I will keep my mouth.
Yes,
Philosopher.
Stone.
Yes, we got
Philosophers.
It's sorcerers, damn it.
Leave us alone.
Stupid Americans.
Can I get back to my point?
Yes.
So I have been watching these movies since I was a kid, and I remember the last one coming out, like, I was a freshman in high school, and it was kind of like, your childhood's done, you're in high school, Harry Potter is over, grow up. But, I mean, Harry Potter is the characters in my top 5 characters of film, books, whatever. He's an amazing character, and it's also a bonding thing for me and my siblings. Like, we at least once, usually more, we'll just sit down for a weekend, just watch all the movies. It's really fun, and if you haven't seen these movies, go and watch these movies, please, because they're really good. With the books, I've read 1, 2, 5, 6, and 7. I'm very weird with the books, but yeah.
Sounds like Star Wars canon.
And Evan, we have no video from you.
I'm back. Well, there's a purpose. The reason why I didn't have no video for me. There was a reveal. I put a cigar on my head to honor Harry Potter because I don't know why.
I can't even see it because your video quality isn't that great.
You see it now? Okay. No, but in all honesty, I saw Harry Potter on the TV a lot. I never remembered a thing. And then I guess, like, I don't remember me seeing it, but, like, I like the specific movie or whatever, but I remember myself sitting there watching Harry Potter. And I guess I enjoyed it enough for my parents to go drag me out and go see Half-Blood Prince for the first time. That movie came out in, like, 2010, right?
2009. Oh, yeah, no.
2009. Think about that. That's the first Harry Potter film I saw, and I am notorious for getting super anxious during anything that's scary. I saw that film. I didn't watch Harry Potter for another 3 or 4 years. Which is kind of funny, because, like, for me, it scared the living crap out of me. Half-Blood Prince just had that very creepy, not creepy tone to it, but very, you know what I'm saying? That tone is much more frightening than Order of the Phoenix and the films before that. Half-Blood Prince was very, very mysterious, and that's why I stopped watching.
It was kind of lighthearted, actually.
That's also because it had no color.
Wait,
yeah, that's part of it too.
Color.
Case, wait, you said it was lighthearted?
Yeah.
Remember?
Like, it's pretty comedic. The movie, I mean.
Are we able to spoil the movies?
Of course.
Yeah, they're out.
Okay. Yeah. Remember the scene when Dumbledore is murdered by Snape? Wasn't that just
No.
Wasn't that hilarious?
Dude, are you fucking kidding me right now? I mean the overall tone of the movie, not the very ending.
Actually,
hey. As I was talking about my Harry Potter story, guys. And so then I went back to it a few years later, and then I realized why people love this franchise so much. And it took time for me, but then I fell in love with Harry. I fell in love with Hermione. I fell in love with Snape. I fell in love with Ron. I fell in love with Dumbledore. I fell in love
Everyone
with
fell in love with Hermione, I believe.
Yeah,
At around movie number 6.
I was trying
Yeah.
to be an adult and not make that joke.
I did not, by the way. Sorry, I'm still here.
Really?
That means you're just jealous.
I don't
I'm just
believe
kidding.
that.
But like,
Wow, Evan.
but no,
Oh,
but like,
God.
and then walking around, Universal Orlando and seeing how much of an impact it's had on people as well. Harry Potter doesn't affect the lives of just the people who see it for one time and gone. It affects the lives of everybody around you. If you drop the name Harry Potter, people know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And that's super important. And that specific reason for me is why I want to keep up with this Harry Potter franchise, keep up with what J.K. Rowling's doing, keep up with what other people are saying about Harry Potter. And whenever I run down the Harry Potter films as well, I don't see a bad movie. Even the newest movie, I don't see a bad movie in that repertoire. Yeah, some of them are barely fresh, as you could say, but I don't see a bad movie there. And that's what's so impressive. They found a way to be consistent, and it's impacted so many different people's lives, and that's why I love Harry Potter at its core.
I just have to say, Half-Blood Prince is a really, like, that ending for your first Harry Potter movie. God, that's
Depressing.
what a way to start this series. Evan.
Yeah.
Right?
It kind of
Yeah.
feels bad for you.
Yeah,
Oh my
can we just
God.
talk about, all right, what is everyone's least favorite? I'm just curious. What is the one that everyone doesn't like? So, Chris, what's yours?
Can we?
Half-Blood Prince.
Half-Blood Prince. Matt?
Hold on 1 second. I don't remember. I'm pulling it up. So go to someone else.
All right. Evan, what one don't you like?
Chamber of Secrets.
Case?
We're allowed to say Fantastic Beasts, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Fantastic
Okay,
Beasts,
not
of course.
not including Fantastic Beasts because
No,
that's
you
a cop
included
out.
Fantastic Beasts.
That's like saying,
Fantastic
what's your
Beasts.
least favorite Star Wars movie? The Clone Wars. No shit. Yeah.
It
Okay,
actually
not
is not.
including that.
Really? I like Chamber of
including
Secrets
that.
less than Fantastic Beasts.
No, my least favorite of the 8 Harry Potter films is Goblet of Fire. Because
Okay.
except for the last act, that movie is not good.
Yeah. Kristen?
Because of the last act, it saves it for 4 for me. Number 2 is not the best.
Yeah. Yeah. Chamber of Secrets is the one that I will, if I can avoid watching that one the most, I will. It's because it is such a short, insignificant story, but it's the longest movie, or it feels like the longest movie.
Yeah.
And that's
Dude!
the only reason why I'm like, nah.
Dude,
I have mine.
there are so many things in Chamber of Secrets that tie into the rest of the franchise.
He's got
Yeah, but like
that's-
so cool.
If you want to talk about the least, if you want to talk about the least significant story, then it's Sorcerer's Philosopher's Stone.
And that
Yeah.
literally-
No,
He
that's
finds
the
out
whole
he's a
thing.
wizard.
No, the
That's
least significant one. Okay, the least important one to the overall story is Prisoner of Azkaban. Easily.
Yeah, and it's arguably the best.
No, okay. Here's the reason why Prisoner of Azkaban, because that was the movie. If Prisoner of Azkaban was Chamber of Secrets, we don't get 8 Harry Potters. It doesn't happen.
No, okay,
And
okay. I'm talking strictly the story. Strictly in the story, Prisoner of Azkaban is useless.
I will
Absolutely
agree to that.
useless.
In the books, no. Okay, in the books, no. The movie, yes. The books give you so much more detail about that. I know, Chris, you haven't read the books. I know. Just
You can't touch it.
and you can't compare it. I know, but that's what annoys me so much about the third movie is there is so much more to that story that they do not put in the books, like the fucking Marauders. But I am not going to get into that because I'm gonna calm down.
Well, I found
But-
my movie, and it's Sorcerer's Stone, and here's why: because it's one of those movies where I know it has to start off like it has to introduce you to a world and it has to tell you these are characters and this is how stuff works, but it's like there's some scenes that just go on for a little, like there's great moments, but it's kind of a hard one. There's just those long introductions to characters and the way the world works that for someone who has seen the movie so many times, I'm like, I don't need this.
Yep.
No,
And
and-
I
and-
completely agree.
I completely agree as well because, look, and I love Sorcerer's Stone.
Yeah, I don't hate it. It's just
but it literally it takes an hour 15 just to get the story going.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
it wasn't okay,
seriously, the moment they first mention Philosopher's Stone is 1 hour and 37 minutes into the movie. That is so long that you have to wait until it actually starts.
That's like waiting like an hour and a half to say this is the Force in A New Hope.
Oh my god!
but
Yeah,
Okay.
could you imagine?
Well,
talking
for us celebrating 20 years, can we please talk about our favorite films? We're
Yeah, I was about to
celebrating
get to
20
that.
years.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's jump right into it. Mine is Order of the Phoenix. I think it is
Same.
where Harry's are completely revolutionized. I think we arguably have the best single film villain in this story as the teacher. She's like the one
Umbridge.
person that you do not like in any.
Oh,
any of the
sorry,
films.
as I've always said this. Fuck Voldemort. That bitch needs to die.
And there's just so much progress in that film. It is so good, so well done, and every time I watch it, I always learn something new, and I'm always so excited to see it. Case, what's your favorite film?
Well, look, all you guys have like Order of the Phoenix as your favorite, and it's my number 7 out of the 9. Simply because as an adaptation of the book, I didn't like it. Order of the Phoenix is my favorite book out of all of them. As an adaptation, it sucks. As a movie, it's pretty decent. I'll give you that. It's a well-made movie. But as an adaptation of the book, I didn't like it. My favorite, easily, is Prisoner of Azkaban. Simply because the book was, in my opinion, not all that great. And the movie, I mean, Alfonso Cuarón, what he did with that movie is fucking amazing. And I cannot believe that all you guys hate this movie for some reason.
I love Prisoner of
Not
Azkaban.
luck with them.
No, okay.
It's my number 2.
No. But I heard some shots fired at it, and I'm like, what?
I just get okay. All right, sorry. Can I know I'm overtaking, but this is I need to explain this. All right, I'm sorry, but we're talking Harry Potter, okay? Case, everything you just said about Order of the Phoenix is me for Prisoner of Azkaban. It is a bad adaptation of that book. Now, Order of the Phoenix, I think, is the worst book of the series because it is too long. There is so many subplots that do not need to be in that book, and the movie found a way. The movie found a way to streamline the book. How I've always explained this to anyone who ever asked, and this will be my last comment.
Yeah.
How I've always explained is the movies give you the story, the books give you the world, and that's how I've always explained the difference between the books and the films. Is if you just want to know the story of Harry Potter, watch the movies. If you want to dive into the world of Harry Potter, read the books.
All right, that makes sense. Now, what? Crap. No. Oh yeah, the reason I love Harry Potter is because all the little things going on in the world. Like you have an overall story that needs to drive every book and every film, but I love the little details that they sprinkle in, and that is what I love about Prisoner of Azkaban. Like the attention to detail in that movie is fucking phenomenal. And in Order of the Phoenix, the book, it has a lot to it, and a lot that I just liked. And they cut that out in the movie, and that's why I don't like it that much.
Well, it's even more.
That's my reasoning for it.
Kristen, what's your favorite Harry Potter film?
It depends on the day, honestly. It can go between Prisoners and Half-Blood Prince, and I'm like the only person who loves Half-Blood Prince apparently.
No, me too.
It's a good film. It's a good film.
It's my favorite book of the series, and I just like the way that they interpreted the book on film. I know it's like people are like green, it's all green. That's fine.
It's a little
it felt dark. It felt creepy, and I think the green kind of helped, like the green tone of some of those darker scenes kind of helped to like, I don't know, it made it look creepier to me.
Yeah, it really helped stopping me watch any movies in the theater ever again.
Like for like a 2-year-old, that's probably not a great movie to take your kids to.
I know. I had to go to sleep, so.
But no, I love the story. The acting, I think, in Half-Blood Prince is some of the best in the entire series. I think that's when the young actors started to actually figure out that they can act. Like I think you can maybe argue for Order of the Phoenix as well, but I think that's when they started standing out as they could keep doing this. They could keep acting, and some of them just are fantastic. And then Alan Rickman just gives the performance of his lifetime. I mean, Alan Rickman gives many performances of his lifetime, but he becomes Snape. I mean,
just in the Harry Potter series alone, every single movie he's in is great.
Yeah, I mean, it just happens that Half-Blood Prince, he has such a big part to play. Yep. But he embodies the character. Whenever I think of some of these other characters, I have my own picture of them. But whenever I think of Snape, it's Alan Rickman.
Matthew, what's your favorite Harry Potter film?
My favorite Harry Potter film is Order of the Phoenix. And the reason why is this is the first movie when you get a clear definition of this is the villain and this is the hero. And this is what they both stand for. And this is what the battle going through the conclusion of the story is going to be. I mean, you have the amazing fight between Dumbledore and Voldemort. But for me, the moment that makes this my favorite is it's when after the battle with Dumbledore has happened, the dust cloud goes around Harry. It's Voldemort saying, "You're a fool, Harry Potter." And it's Harry just looking at Voldemort going, "You're never going to know love or friendship, and I feel sorry for you." And you just go, holy crap, that's right. Well, because you see in the next one, you see Voldemort was this like tormented, bully kid. Like, he's never really known what it's been like to be loved, have people care about you and to care for them. All he's known is power and just wanting more. And that's the moment when you go, and then of course at the end when Harry's like, we have something he doesn't, something to fight for. You're like, that's the hero, and that's why he's not going to do it for fame. He's not going to do it for fortune. He's doing it because it's the right thing to do, and that's why I love to watch that movie.
All right, I guess end us off on this Harry Potter discussion since we're coming to a close soon, and it sounds right. And we have the person here who needs to make the announcement. Chris, what's your favorite Harry Potter film?
Look, three of you already said it. Order of the Phoenix, and what I did say a little bit about why it's my favorite in the franchise, but I will also include this. The fact that before this movie, I thought Voldemort was a completely useless villain. I thought there was nothing to him. I thought he was boring. I thought he was,
wow,
nothing. Well, again, nothing. Because he'd already been defeated twice. But they kept bringing him back. Somehow he kept surviving. I'm like, well, what the fuck? What is this? And the last act of Goblet of Fire got me a little bit on board. But once we saw what he could physically and psychologically do to Harry in Order of the Phoenix, I instantly was like, oh my God, this is a great villain.
Yeah.
And this is a great hero because of how he's able to still push through, blowing his nose, apparently.
Sorry, can we mention how Jacob is like tragically ruining the point that Chris is trying to make?
And what's great about Harry in this particular film is how he's able to push through every single struggle that he's going through. Because, I mean, one of the best moments is where he's having like almost like a panic attack of sorts, and he just has to scream out to Dumbledore and all them, "Look at me!" And he just you hear it in the voice. He just goes, "What is happening to me?" There is so much raw emotion, so much raw vulnerability that Daniel Radcliffe had not shown in the previous films. There is so much like fear.
I would argue that.
And we agree to disagree, Kees.
Seriously, there are some pretty deep moments in Prisoner of Azkaban as well.
I'll agree. Prisoner is the first one that they actually started.
They actually started acting,
yeah. Yes.
And what I wanted to say, like Kristen brought up a great point that in Half-Blood Prince, like before Half-Blood Prince, we had seen dramatic acting. Half-Blood Prince, we saw them do comedic acting and having perfect comedic timing. That I was like, wow, they are great actors. That they are well rounded with everything.
Yeah, but I am the chosen one.
Yeah.
Now we get to see a rotting corpse farting movie.
Well, with that, since we are coming to
I wasn't done.
Yeah,
because I was kind of cut off. Oops,
sorry, my bad.
Okay, real quick. And just the other thing is, we see Harry actually become a leader in this film. Because unless he shows the qualities of being a leader, which again, I'll argue we didn't really see that in the previous films. This is the first film we actually see it, where he is able to lead Dumbledore's army. And again, it's very inspiring in that sense. So that's why I ordered the Phoenix for me.
Well, all right. So Jacob,
let's rip this
something
Band-Aid
that you
off.
got to do here that you've been wanting to talk about. So
let's rip this
yours
Band-Aid
for
off.
about 5 seconds. Go.
This will be my last live show for the foreseeable future. I'm still going to be around Take 3. Don't think that I'm leaving completely. I'm still going to be able to do the watch-alongs. I will still be the champ. I'll still fight in as many fights as I want to and can, and Chris lets me. But unfortunately, this will be my last live show for the foreseeable future. It's just really difficult with it being on a Saturday for me. It's not at nighttime. It's during the day. So I lose half my Saturday. And I get 1 day of a week to actually go out and do stuff because on Sundays, my partner works. So Saturday is the only day we really get to spend together. So
it's all about the girlfriend. Sorry.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, why don't you just say that? Why don't you just say that she's got you strung up by the balls? No offense, dude, but you know.
Guess I know who's wearing the pants in that house.
Can I also just say, only one here other than Kristen who's in a relationship. So you know,
I'm 16, so I'm in the clear. But
you turned down a girl so that you could sit here and talk with people on a Skype call.
A Google Hangouts.
Chris,
but the only reason look, and yes, Jacob, that's great, but you know you're full of shit because if we because next time we have a guest on the show, you're gonna be on the show.
I will. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, you will. Don't deny it.
Okay. Now. Okay. See my point exactly. But yes, obviously you want to spend some more time with your girlfriend. I respect that because as a man who's been single for 6 years, trust me, I would kill to have that opportunity. 6? I don't.
The amount of jokes I can make at this moment.
No, Evan, please do. I'm pathetic as it is, but
we all know that.
Anyway, let's close out the show with the tournament.
Wait, we have another announcement to make.
Fine, I'll make the announcement.
All right, let's go.
So, we have a lot of great shows here on Take 3 Productions. We've got the Worldwide Movie Trivia League. We've got our Schmodown reactions. We have this show. We have our live watch-alongs. But you know, sometimes we all have to get our stuff.
And Matt's show just got completely
I see how it is. First you forget my birthday. My show. I see how it is.
Movie fandom.
Yeah.
Kearns, I love you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man.
And the last episode of the Movie Fandom Show to be posted will be the last time it will be on Take 3 Production.
Okay. Shush.
Hashtag salt.
I'm sorry. But we are. I am! Okay. So, sorry. Sorry for yelling. Okay. But we're adding a new show to our lineup. It's gonna be alternating every other Sunday with the Movie Fandom Show. So you know, 1 week it'll be Movie Fandom Show, and then the next week it'll be a little video editorial show that we are calling A Moment of Escape. Why? Because what do movies provide us with? And no, Evan, I did not get the schedule wrong. It is every other Sunday, alternating with the Movie Fandom Show.
No, it's not. We talked about this.
No, we did. We did.
Chris, as the commissioner, is overruling the kid.
As always.
Exactly.
So, Evan, shut up.
Anyway. So, what we'll be doing is we'll be doing an editorial about films that really mean something. Oh, yeah, that's right.
The Movie Fandom Show. All right, I got this. The Movie Fandom Show is on Wednesday, and A Moment of Escape is going to be on Mondays. That's how it's going.
What?
We have talked about this before, and that's how it's going to go. It's going to be usually the second and the fourth week of the month for A Moment of Escape, and the first and third week of the month for the Movie Fandom Show, and then we're good to go.
Yes, sorry, I was referencing our old schedule that you also made, you little shit. So anyway,
It's always Evan's fault.
it's always Evan's fault.
Always.
So,
Hashtag blame
Kern,
Evan.
speaking of Kearns and how I threw him under the bus about Movie Fandom Show, he will actually be doing the first editorial for A Moment of Escape. Kearns, what movie are you gonna pick?
So actually, me and Evan and Chris were kind of three creators of this. We're big fans of movies, and we're also big fans of movies that aren't really always talked about. And that's what the show is going to be. It might be about movies that we don't really talk about. And so, the first episode premiering in 2 weeks is going to be on one of my favorite films of all time, Escape from New York. Yes, you guys are finally going to get to hear why I love this movie so much, and we're really hoping you guys enjoy it. We also have a little promo for the movie fandom show, which you can catch every other Wednesday. For A Moment of Escape, which we'll probably be letting out a little after this episode ends, so you guys can see that and get really excited because we're really. And this is not just my show. This is everyone who works for Take 3 is going to have an opportunity to talk about a film that they love, and that's what I'm looking forward to most with this.
I mean, shit. With how often we have Chris in here, if she has a movie she honestly wants to talk about, we'll give her one. So
we won't air it, but we'll give her one.
You douche.
As long as I feel included, that's all that matters.
All right. Well, talking about someone being included, let's start to close out the show. Kristen, where can people find you on Twitter?
Smith_K10, the number, not the word.
Awesome. Matthew, where can people find you on Twitter?
You can find me under the Take 3 Productions bus most weeks. But no, you can find me at Kearns_Matthew on Twitter, on YouTube, MattMovie611, and hosting the Movie Fandom Show every other Sunday? Wednesday. And also on A Moment of Escape now.
Yeah, awesome. Kees, where can the people find you on Twitter?
All right. Before I plug my Twitter handle, I want to say tomorrow we're watching South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, and I already made a little announcement that I'm gonna do a giveaway on that show because finally I'm watching a movie that I really fucking love. So far, all the watch-alongs we've done are good movies that I haven't loved, and South Park is like, yes, finally. So join the chat, and also I'm gonna put up a post about it. If you comment on the post and comment on the chat, you might win season 7 of South Park because that's my favorite season of the show. Because
what
it's
a
my
guy!
favorite TV show. That's it.
And where can the people find you on Twitter?
You can find me at Dutch Movie Guy on Twitter, the Dutch Movie Guy on YouTube.
Awesome. Chris, where can people find you on the Twitter?
You guys can find me on Twitter at my band, Last Shot Redemption, at LSAR Band MN. You can follow Take 3 Productions on Twitter at now Take 3 Trivia. No longer another name.
Cry.
Awesome. Jacob, this is your last show. Where can people find you on Twitter?
You guys can find me at Jacob London. I'll still be around. Don't worry. I'll still be in the chat commenting a lot. But also, as Kees already said, tomorrow is our watch along for South Park, and I'm really excited for this one. Kees will be joining me, obviously. Chris will be joining me. We're going to try and find a few other awesome special guests, and you can hear our terrible singing voices.
And Jacob, isn't there something else that we should announce?
All right, so our next 2 weeks in our watch along are going to be massive. We have 2 massive watch along weeks coming up. Next week, we're doing Rise and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, as I already announced earlier in the show when I cut Kristen off. In the lead up, obviously, we're going to start at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But the week after that, we're doing Game of Thrones. We're doing the final 2 episodes of season 6 of Game of Thrones, starting normal time, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. We're hoping that you guys will have time to catch up. If you're not already caught up, you will really enjoy it. But considering season 7 airs literally the next night, this will give you plenty of time to enjoy and catch up with us.
Yeah.
And one other thing that we forgot to announce on both our reaction and this show is this weekend we're going to be doing something really special. We are going to be Jacob had this idea of doing a collision preview for the channel.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Now, I decided to take this one step further. So, I believe we're going to release it on Monday is what we're probably going to go for. We are hosting the first Reactors Summit. What do I mean by that? Believe it or not, guys. David Crossan from Retro Gaming Rewind, Jeremy Hastings, ourselves, Anthony Rodriguez, Shinjuku Station, and this is not confirmed, but Robert and Vanessa from Late to the Party. We're all going to get together. We're going to talk about Collision, and we're going to preview, and hopefully it's going to be insane. This idea came about this week, and I started hitting him all up right away. I'm like, hey, we're thinking about doing this. Do you guys want to be a part of this? And they all said they would love to. So
this came about because Jacob wanted to step on someone's toes. I'm going to get yelled at for that, and I'm really not looking forward to it. But
no, you're not.
That's why we all point.
Because here's the thing: if they got a problem, they can talk to me.
Yeah, like, look, okay. I do actually just want to explain this while we're on the live show and before we leave. And this is a one-time thing. It's not new. It's not something we're going to do all the time. It's just because of Collision, because it's such a big event. I didn't want to talk about Collision 5 minutes before the thing started when we do our reactions. I wanted to actually, hey, can we give Collision the time it deserves and actually do a full thing? Now, look, I respect everything about the other show. And
just say the name.
Okay, fine. All right. I respect everything about the rundown, and I love the rundown and everything that they do. I don't want them to think that we're stepping on your toes. Please do not think that we are. We are not trying to do anything that. We are just, look.
We're just fans who want to discuss the Schmodown.
Yeah, we do. All right. And we just want to talk about you. And that's what we wanted to do tomorrow. So we hope we're not stepping on anyone's toes.
All right. All right. Any other announcements before I sign us off?
No.
No, Mr. Producer, it's all you.
All right. Well, with that, you guys can find me at EDEGRAFF11 on Twitter.
You really need to work on that one.
I know. You guys can find me getting yelled at after this show, and you guys can find me on the Mark Ellis, Clark Wolf reaction, possibly taking off a sleeve. It really depends what your taste is in reactions. It's a really good reaction. I enjoyed it. And guys, save me, as I get to say, take care.
Ugh.